G'day and welcome to the Happy Diver. A young lad's lost his watch in the water, so we're going to go and try and find it. Like with the other watches, not much chance of getting it, especially when the water's not that clear, the visibility is not that great. We're going to have a go, and yes, hopefully we can make this young lad happy. Happy, I like happy. Happy is good. Okay then, well here we are. You might be able to see where the arrow is, and the watch is somewhere underneath there. So let's go down and have a look. The first thing to do is to put a mark on the wall so that we know where our start point is, because there's nothing really to tie a line off to. So, and look, there's a bit of rubbish straight away. I haven't got my catch bag because the main focus is the watch, and we're hugging the wall and we're just going to go up a certain distance, and then we're just searching. Like as you can see there's a bit of rubbish and that we're searching for the watch, and as we go along it just gets more sandy, and there's a bit of plastic in there, and in those little things I think they might be some sort of baby fish. And with the weed, you just got to like search throughout all the weed, and yeah, and there's a little bit more plastic there, and the visibility now is getting worse, so I've got the torch on now because the sand is just making it harder to see. There's a little bit of abalone there on the wall. And I think that there's some type of worm. And yeah, it's just getting there. Check all those dark areas. There's more plastic, and there's a lure. So I'm going to have to come back in here with the catch bag and get out the rubbish. There's a bit more plastic just then as well. Oh, is that it? Let's have a closer look, and no, it's not the watch. There's a plastic cup. Searching under the seaweed, and it's a bit of a time process to go through that. And yeah, the visibility is just getting worse and worse at this stage. Along with the dirty water, sandy water and the seaweed, it's just making it much harder to find this watch. So we've been travelling like an easterly sort of a direction, and it's nearly time now to turn around to go back in a westerly direction. So we've been hugging the wall, and now it's time to go out maybe 1 to 2 metres out from the Breakwater wall and search another area. And as we're going along searching, I have to keep an eye out on the wall as well for where the start point is. So still looking in areas that we have searched before, but I think it's wise just to recheck and then cross over the search pattern. So we're coming up to the start point now, close to the start point. The conditions are making it harder, and the visibility getting worse. It's an indication that we're getting closer to the start point. And is that it? Yep, there's the start point right there. So now it's still continue in the westerly direction and hugging the wall. But in this area here, the visibility is just getting worse, which is going to make it like really slow. There's like bits and pieces of weed and really sandy, and some of the sandy spots, I just sort of like stay in that one area to try and wait for the sand to sort of settle a bit, but it doesn't really happen that much. As you can see, it's getting darker and darker. Visibility is now that bad, I can't even tell where the wall is, so I have to keep going into the wall, touching the wall to make sure that he was at the wall there. going now is like really slow, just travelling small distances, and just trying to check, all the areas possible to find this watch. Oh, I think that's a little globefish there, which is cool. And now we're getting into some really dark patches of water, and so I'm basically skimming my hand across the sand and just trying to feel for the watch, because the visibility is not great. Plus, with all the seaweed that's around, just really blocking out the daylight coming through. And so chances of finding this watch, it was getting slimmer and slimmer and slimmer. And to find this watch, is going to be hard. We've been searching now for a bit over half an hour. At this stage, finding this watch would be a real Christmas miracle. As you can see, it is just so dark there. I'm skimming my hand across the sand in hope that I can actually feel the watch. Visibility was just so low. And I think around this stage we're heading back into like a easterly direction again, maybe about 1 metre or so from the wall, but at the same time checking where the wall is, so I'm sort of like out 1 metre-ish, and then going back into the wall to make sure that I'm staying on the right path. And once we're back to the start point, I come out from the wall about 2 or so metres and continue in the easterly direction, checking out things as we go. There's a bit of seaweed there. I thought I might have been the watch, but no. Visibility was getting much better now, well, compared to what it was. And then what's that? Well, hang on, what's that buried in the sand? There's something black. Oh yeah, there's the watch. So pretty stoked at this stage. I can't see it turning on, so I've pushed the buttons to see if it works, and yes, it turns on. Well, we actually got the watch. Woohoo! Gotta be happy with that. Alright, here's young Thomas, and here's your watch back. What do you got to say about that?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I reckon so too. Happy, I like happy. Happy is good.